Otis Redding didn't just sing songs. He poured his soul into every note until the world stopped to listen. Born on September 9th, 1941, in Dawson, Georgia, and raised in Macon, Otis was the son of a preacher and a hardworking mother. His roots were in gospel, and from a young age, he sang in the Vineville Baptist Church choir. That church stage would become the foundation for one of the most powerful voices in American music history. As a teenager, Redding was captivated by rhythm and blues. He admired artists like Little Richard, Sam Cooke, and Ray Charles, men who blended gospel spirit with secular rhythm. When Little Richard left Macon to pursue rock and roll fame, Otis stepped into his band, the Upsetters, and began performing across the South. He was young, raw, and full of fire, a voice waiting for the right moment to explode. That moment came in 1962 at the legendary Stax Records studio in Memphis, Tennessee. Redding was there as a driver for another band, but was given a chance to sing during a break. He belted out "These Arms of Mine," a slow-burning ballad so emotional it stopped everyone in their tracks. Stax released the song, and it became his first hit, marking the arrival of a new kind of soul singer, one whose heart was as important as his voice. Over the next 5 years, Otis Redding became the heartbeat of Southern soul. His music was raw and real, a reflection of working-class life, love, and longing. Songs like Respect, Try a Little Tenderness, I've Been Loving You Too Long, and Pain in My Heart weren't just performances. They were confessions. His raspy voice carried both power and vulnerability, connecting across races and borders in a turbulent time for America. By 1966, Redding had earned his place as one of the most electrifying live performers in the world. His stage presence was magnetic. Sweating through his suits, dancing, shouting, and testifying with every ounce of his being. Audiences didn't just watch Otis Redding, they felt him. When he performed at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967, he won over an entirely new crowd, the Flower Power generation. His fiery performance of Shake and Respect introduced soul music to rock audiences and made him a bridge between two worlds. But behind the fame, Redding remained humble. He was a devoted husband to his wife, Zelma, and a proud father of 4. Offstage, he invested in his own music publishing company and dreamed of opening a school for young musicians. He was not just a performer, he was a visionary who believed soul music could uplift and unite people. In December 1967, Otis recorded what would become his most famous song, Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. The track was unlike anything he had done before, mellow, reflective, and tinged with melancholy. Just days after recording it, tragedy struck. On December 10, 1967, Otis Redding's plane crashed into Lake Monona in Madison, Wisconsin, killing him and most of his band, the Bar-Kays. He was only 26 years old. The loss was devastating. The world had barely begun to understand his greatness. When Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay was released posthumously in 1968, it soared to #1 on the Billboard charts, the first posthumous single ever to do so. The whistled outro, haunting and serene, felt like a final goodbye from a man who had given everything to music. Otis Redding's legacy never faded. His influence echoes through artists from Aretha Franklin to the Black Crowes, from Prince to Amy Winehouse. His blend of gospel passion, blues grit, and human honesty helped define what we now call soul music. In just 5 short years, he changed the course of American music. Not with flash, but with feeling. Today, Otis Redding remains the embodiment of soul, not as a genre, but as a truth. He showed that music could be both joy and pain, power and tenderness. Decades after his passing, his voice still sounds alive, timeless, and true. When Otis sang, he didn't just make you hear, he made you feel. And that's something that never dies.